What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be unboxing Balloonerism by Mac Miller. I've been really excited for this to come in. I've been waiting a long time, it feels like, and it's finally arrived. The cover art is just amazing on this thing. I got the clear version off of his website, and I kind of wish that I waited because I thought there was only going to be two versions, the deluxe and the clear one, but then the white version and the green version dropped on Amazon, which I both like more than this one. But at least this is off of his web store, and it's like a web store exclusive. So yeah, this album is really, really good. I'll go into more of an analysis on it kind of towards the end of the video, but I first want to unbox this and see what's inside. But yeah, happy Macathon, and let's open this thing up. All right, my least favorite part, as always, dude, this is so tightly wrapped, I actually don't know where to start this from. Sometimes you gotta start from like that inner like portion right there. So all right, so let's take this wrapping off. I saved the stickers. I'm gonna put the sticker on my record player over there. But yeah, we are in there. There's the cover without the plastic encasing. Very like matte feeling. And the cool story behind this cover art is this was done by an artist. His name is Alim Salim, something like that. But I found the guy's Instagram, and he actually made a picture. This painting was originally his face, and it was of his school photo as a kid because he thought he looked so awkward in the school photo that he like rearranged his face, and literally it was this but with his face. Mac Miller found that picture or that painting or that artwork and commissioned it to be done with his face for Balloonerism. And this artist is on Instagram, and you can scroll down and see like his original post, and Mac Miller commented on the bottom of it like, "This is dope." So it's really cool to see that when you go to the guy's Instagram. I'll try and find it, and then I'll leave it like right here. And yeah, it's just really cool to see like the full story behind this painting. And the artist is really cool. He does a lot of hip hop work and stuff like that. But one of the best Mac Miller covers of all time. I mean, super cool, super Mac. It fits really well with the theme of the album, which we will talk about later on in the video. But yeah, this is the vinyl. This is the back side of it. So really nice looking. Got all the songs over here. And then this is the front. And then it has a gatefold. I've seen this, I think, but I have to see it. Yeah, no, see, I haven't seen this one. I've seen the deluxe. That's really cool. I really like the collage style that they went with. Let me give it a closer look myself. Yeah, they got a lot of pictures. They got the piano that says "Keep on Rolling" on right here. It has it like written on the piano keys. You have Mac smoking a cig. You know, he like to chain smoke those cigs. It says, "For the shindig, the get down, I want to get it started, you know, slide it around," in this little box right here. You got more cool like kind of collages. I wonder if his brother Miller put this together, because I know he's responsible for a lot of the artwork and the merch and things like that. You have him playing the guitar here. You have some other studio pictures, him playing the drums. I'm pretty sure that's from his session with Mac DeMarco, actually. And then we have some more cool photos there, but really nice gatefold. I really like that. And yeah, man, it's so nice to get another Mac Miller album, one that's finished, completed, and like from my favorite era of Mac Miller, like the Faces era, the 2014 era of this man's music is the best. His other music's, I mean, phenomenal. It's better, it's more mature later you go into his discography, but there's just something that is so raw about this era in his music, and it's just so great to get another album from that era. It was an emotional listen. It was a kind of like a surreal listen, because it didn't really hit me until I finished the album that I just listened to new Mac Miller. And the more I've been listening to the album, the more it's been kind of hitting me that this might be his last album that we get, if Mac Lib doesn't. It's also just hitting me that, you know, it's been so long since the man's passed away. Like, it's 2025, he died in 2018. Time's flown by, I'm now older than him. So it's a really strange experience, but it was also a really fun really awesome experience as well. But yeah, let's enough yapping, and let me open up the sleeves. Oh, so the sleeves have artwork on it too. So that's really cool. He's like in a gymnasium, but they cut him out of it. And then here we have some more like photos randomly placed. And then you have the credits of the songs on the sleeves. I'm gonna pull out both sleeves before we pull out the record. So on this one, we have like another cool picture of him right there, sideways. And then here we have like a weird cutout with like the eyeball from the cover on there. I like how they put this little Mac sitting on the credits. That's really cool. But yeah, let's check out the vinyl. It's clear, super clear. Sometimes like the clears on these vary, but this is very clear. Might be clearer than the Circles version, but yeah, really cool. You know, clear vinyl's clear vinyl, but I like how see-through this one is. This is true clear, and yeah, like I said, I wish I got like the green or the white, but at the same time, I ordered this like the moment it dropped, and I couldn't really, well, I could afford the deluxe, but I didn't want to spend the money on the deluxe. Kind of regretting it now. I would have ended up getting this too, because I want the original cover. That's kind of why I got this over the deluxe. But the deluxe is beautiful. I've been seeing like a lot of pictures online of the deluxe. But yeah, that's Balloonerism, the vinyl unboxing. And now we're gonna get into like the nitty-gritty part of this album. Talk about, you know, everything that I think this album is about, and my favorite songs off of it. So Mac Miller was a part of Rostrum Records when this album was produced, but he ended up leaving Rostrum Records later on. And that's important because Rostrum Records shelved this project because it was too experimental and too dark for them. Now, Mac Miller ended up leaving Rostrum Records, like I said, and creating Remember, his own music label. And he had freedom to do whatever he wanted in this music label. That's the music label that he created Faces with. With that being said, Mac could have easily released Balloonerism under his own label, but decided not to. And it is thought, and it is to be kind of rumored, that Mac told his friends like Q and family members that he wanted this album released post-death. And once you listen to this thing, it becomes obvious that that was the case and why he wanted it to be released post-death. It is a very dark album. It's all about basically the thought of dying and then actually dying. The main concept that I took away from this album is that Mac Miller is getting so high, and he's kind of going on a journey through this high throughout the entire album until he eventually overdoses from the high that he's experiencing. It's a really sad, really dark, eerie concept and interpretation, but I do believe that's what this album is intended to be. We could start with just the cover art, right? So you look at the cover art, and Mac Miller's a balloon. The album's called Balloonerism. And what do you think of when a balloon is going up into the air like this cover? A balloon can only go so high up into the sky until it eventually pops from the altitude. Now, Mac Miller's the balloon here, right? So Mac Miller could only get so high until he eventually dies. And that's kind of the metaphor or the analogy that I get from looking at this artwork and from listening to the music. And when you look here too, there's a little man holding on to the balloon. This little man I believe to be Mac Miller holding on, trying to stop himself from getting so high to the point that he dies, but he knows that that's his outcome. Like, he knows that this is gonna happen, and no matter how much he tries to hold the balloon back, he's just too small. He just doesn't have it within him. He can't stop getting high. He can't fight his addiction as much as he tries. He just can't. And he already could see his outcome. We hear this theme on this record so much of just like knowing his destination already, knowing what's gonna happen to him already. And even in other projects, Mac Miller has so many eerie lines of, you know, like, I'm gonna die overdose on a couch, you know, I'm gonna die on a Friday on this record. You know, everything is just so eerie that he knew, and kind of like knew where he was gonna go and what was gonna happen. And we further see this on tracks like Do You Have a Destination? Mac's basically exploring, you know, the concept of death and already knowing where he's going. He already knows where he's heading, but he's gonna go there anyways, because he's just, that's just what he's gonna do. And then you see this, like, he goes through a drug trip, right? Like, Friendly Hallucinations is him doing drugs and basically telling us his experience with the high through this kind of like story about like a girl and things of that nature. I also see this in this constant theme of death and, you know, exploration of what death will be like throughout this entire record. Things like Funny Papers kind of explore that. Excelsior is about him kind of talking about how the only time he felt at peace was when he was a kid. The only time he felt happy and imaginative in that like innocent like manner was when he was a kid, and how he's been stripped of that. So we see that there too, and I bring that up now because it's going to tie into the theme of the album at the end. But you hear songs like Mannequins. Mannequins is about dying. It's about dressing your body, your cold body, with clothes like a mannequin. It's about accepting that your soul has left your body and has basically become its own thing. Rick's piano is just like a tearjerker and carries these concepts throughout the whole thing. But Tomorrow We'll Never Know is really the finalizing point of this album, where you see and you literally experience Mac Miller dying. And it's very eerie but cool in the sense that he has this theme of swimming kind of splotched in the album, but then it also really comes out in his last song, where he's talking about sinking to the bottom of the ocean floor. And it's really cool because his future projects show these concepts of swimming, as we know. But yeah, you see that in this song. You know, he starts off the lyrics with that, but then as the song goes on, you're hearing kids, right? And to me, that's him while he's dying, because the song's very like fading out, and it's kind of like you're losing touch. Like the deeper you get into the ocean, the more you're losing touch with what's above. And to me, that's him dying. And you hear the kids. It's hard to explain, but you hear the kids in the background, and to me, that's like a callback to his favorite part of his life, where he was an innocent kid, where he was truly happy, where he was truly at peace, to the Blue Slide Park days, to the kids' days. You hear these kids, but then they slowly drown out and then they go away. And then you hear a thump in the song, and then a phone call comes, and then the phone call's just ringing out until nobody answers, and the kids come back. And it kind of, to me, sounded like Mac was literally dying, and we were seeing his flash, like his last flash of his memories of his life. And that last flash was being a kid, was being in Blue Slide Park, was being, you know, just a happy young kid. And then the album just cuts out, and it's really sad, and it's really painful, that interpretation. But I do believe that is what this album was intended to do, and it's a masterpiece, and it's the missing piece of his discography. And I'm so glad that his family released this, and my interpretation could be completely wrong, and it's just my interpretation. I'm not saying this is the be-all end-all interpretation, because I've seen some other cool stuff about dreams and all of that stuff. But yeah, it's just, I thought I'd share my interpretation. It's a great album, and I'll tell you my favorite songs off of it right now. I'm gonna have to go with Do You Have a Destination, $5 Pony Rides. Stoned is unbelievable. Like the way everything just comes in when the hook comes on is crazy. Funny Papers is one of the best Mac songs ever. Excelsior is so depressing to listen to, but it's so important on this album, so I appreciate it. Mannequins too has such a cool atmosphere to it. Really love when all that instrumentation gets brought into the soundtrack. Rick's piano, also really, really good. But yeah, guys, that's Balloonerism, and happy Macathon, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like, comment your favorite song off this record, even comment if you have any interpretations or want to add to anything that I said. I'd love to see it in the comments. But yeah, that's Balloonerism by Mac Miller. Peace, guys.